Hello, welcome back to the Outer Worlds. It's been a little while since I last played, but since last time I did go back and forward several times to that shop and bought the uniform for everyone. So everyone now has it, which is quite cool. If I had to have a quick look outside, there we all are. Even Sam, still kind of the same colour scheme, somewhat. So yeah, we actually look like a crew now. It's pretty cool. Right, so now we're going to embark on the first DLC. I have not played this before, so this is all new for me. So I played the vanilla game before, so I knew vaguely what was happening, but this is all fresh to me. So, and I don't know anything about it. I haven't looked really up anything about it. I'm going completely blind to this, so this is going to be quite interesting. So let's go. Okay. Let's go. I will take... yeah, alien pie. Right.
Welcome to Ambrose Manor. We were not expecting company. Please follow. Do not stray from the path.
Don't worry, little fella. We're mostly law-abiding folk. Oh no, we should check to see he's all right.
Fucking hell.
Bling, and responses. How clumsy of this unit. These things happen. Oh, calamity.
Okay. Wasn't expecting that. This is quite a cool place. It's like a asteroid with a fucking manor on it. Alright. How do we get in? Front door? These are weird. They're like lights with asteroids on them. Oh. Right. How do we...
Those big empty windows. Feels
what
like
the fuck?
rooms watching me.
Saltuna Pond.
Oh, I'm getting goosebumps.
At the very least, there ought to be something worth stealing in there.
Oh, leveled up just for going to the door. I am level 30. Alright. Persuade. Get them all up 64. Lockpick up a bit. Hack up a bit. And inspiration. And I have a perk. How do you create it after? Let's go with that one. And Alien Pavati. I've also got point. Let's give them showtime damage. Yeah. Or after showtime. Oh, I did that for her already. Widget reset. Right. Let's go. Seems very quiet.
Okay,
And a
maybe
bit
not.
run down.
It's so empty. Oh, Captain, something here don't feel right.
The fuck? This place is like... To Miss Wilhelmina Ambrose. This certificate affirms you are the sole inheritor of the Ambrose estate, having drafted, filed, indexed, stamped, and unstamped the necessary forms to declare you are legally deceased. Congratulations and condolences. This has been a long time coming. Even without access to your full inheritance, you have grown the Ambrose fortunes beyond this firm's wildest dreams. Baby Clark, estate manager. Okay. Can't go through that door. We'll go up here, I'm guessing. Through one of these. Ah, there she is.
Join me for a drink, Mr. Whoever you are.
That's a cool looking place. Alright.
So who the devil are you?
Josh, captain of the Unreliable.
You don't say. Well, make yourself at home, Captain. I'm sure we have much to discuss. Do you see that glowing chunk of space rock? That's Gorgon. My birthright, my burden, and the bane of my existence. I hate to drink alone, and this is my third. So join me in raising a glass. To Gorgon.
Okay. To Gorgon.
To Gorgon. May cosmic winds shepherd her to the nearest star. I'm Wilhelmina Ambrose, but you can keep it short and call me Minnie. Now, what brings you to my house, handsome? I take it you didn't come all this way for the beverages, the starry skies, or the pleasant company.
I hear about a severed arm.
A severed arm? How positively ghoulish. You know this is a private residence, not a curio shop?
Does the name Lucky Montoya mean anything to you?
Lucky Montoya is my personal freelancer. Fascinating man. Very brooding and theatrical. Always staring into space and twirling a bullet over his knuckles.
He's definitely not doing that anymore.
But if something happened to him... Oh dear. I suppose that makes him my former freelancer now?
What's his arm doing on my ship?
I sent Lucky on a dangerous mission to the Gorgon asteroid. Whoever found his remains must have wanted to inform the next of kin. What a time for his luck to run out. We were in the middle of something grand, and I really can't afford another setback.
You should go over the bad news fast.
That's called a defense mechanism. I don't get attached to others if I can avoid it. Try it sometime. How would you like to be my new freelancer? There's been a recent vacancy, and I think you're well suited to the job.
Remember, play hard to get. That's negotiation.
You offer work to everyone who breaks into your home? Must be some kind of Byzantine tradition I ain't know about.
I'm looking for someone rough around the edges. A gorgeous, dashing scoundrel type. Incidentally, someone good with their hands.
Gorgeous.
I like my employees well-groomed. Appearances are everything in high society.
Are you looking for a high gun or a runaway model?
I'm looking for both. Remember, I'm rich enough that I can afford to be choosy. And I choose you, dear Captain. Allow me to lay out the facts, and you can decide for yourself if you want to be my chief investigator. My mother, Dr. Olivia Ambrose, worked for Spacer's Choice at the Gorgon Research Facility. She was brilliant, the top scientist in her field, until tragedy struck.
I'm not surprised. Space Choice won a big accident. Go on.
One day, Spacer's Choice shut down all research and evacuated Gorgon. Everyone had to scramble or risk getting left behind. It was chaos. Employees fled for their lives. Mother never made it home. I'm told she wasn't the only casualty that fateful day.
It must have been real hard on you, losing your mother all of a sudden like that. I'm sorry to hear it, ma'am.
Thank you. Ambrose ladies are supposed to be resilient to the unexpected, but this was especially hard on me. Mother's name has since been dragged through the mud. Spacer's Choice blames her for the collapse of Project Gorgon, and I just know they're lying.
Why would they lie?
Why, indeed? To cover up their crimes? To discredit someone who knew too much? I'm hoping you can find out for me. Mother would not have allowed Project Gorgon to fail. Something happened on that asteroid, and my family took the fall for it.
What are you so lucky to find?
The truth. Mother is gone, Gorgon is silent, and I deserve answers.
Answers to what end?
That will depend on what we learn. The scope of this cover-up is enormous. Whatever Spacer's Choice is hiding could bring ruin down on their heads. Or it could just be another dead end. We won't know till we look, will we?
Okay, what do you think happened on Gorgon?
I don't know. And Spacer's Choice won't say. They don't discuss anything that tarnishes their brand. Gorgon has a dark history. The project fell apart. Personnel were shuffled across the system. With Mother gone, now I'm all that's left.
Where's your father in all this?
Father lost more than his job on Gorgon. I'll say no more than that. The asteroid may look like a glittering jewel, but I assure you the resemblance ends there. Gorgon is poisonous to the core. One might even say cursed.
Okay, I've heard enough. What do you need from me?
Whatever happened on Gorgon wasn't Mother's fault. I simply need the evidence to prove it. We're going to drag the truth, kicking and screaming, into the light. Even if it means bringing ruin and humiliation to Spacer's Choice. All the evidence I need should be in Mother's journal. You can find it in her office on Gorgon, in the heart of the old research facility.
Okay. Danger and corporate intrigue. This sounds like my kind of job.
I admire your enthusiasm. This manor has echoed with my own we, and I can feel you breathing new life into the walls. When you reach Gorgon, pack a weapon you trust. The corporate lockdown hasn't stopped the wilderness from squirming in through the cracks.
I'll be careful.
There's a little saloon near Gorgon's landing pad, the Sprat Shack. Lucky was renting a room, so if you want to follow his trail, that would be the place to start.
I think I've heard of that place. Cheap whiskey, rough crowd. You'll love it.
Oh, you think maybe they got a little mascot? Like a sprat in a tiny hat?
Just so we understand each other, money is no object. I'm willing to squander the family fortune if you get me what I want. Between your payment and any salvage you happen across, you'll walk away from this rich enough to buy a mansion of your own. How does that sound?
What's the catch? There's always a catch.
The catch? No one's ever done this before, and the only person who tried is a corpse. Believe me, that's enough. Here's your nav key, Captain. Safe travels.
I'll be in touch.
A word of advice before you go, Captain. Trust no one. Mother's office is in the heart of the Gorgon facility. You're free to salvage anything that isn't nailed down. I only want what's mine.
Mysterious heiress, unexpected gainful employment. It's like something out of a detective serial.
It's not theft if she's giving us permission.
Okay. Let's go. What's in here? Can I go in? Nope, can't go in there. Can I go in here? This is her room, I'm guessing. Dearest mother and father, I've paced the halls of this gilded cage long enough since she won't permit me to help the family business. I'll even start a business of my own. Am I too young for such ambitions, perhaps? That is the risk you take when you fashion a daughter in your image. Byzantium will welcome you with open arms. Won't that be a new sensation? If I ever return, it'll be to claim our rightful spot at the head of the family. Okay. Let's get to the ship. And then get down to Gorgon. It's very weird. All these weird little stacks of rocks and that have grown like that. It's very alien. Looks something like that when they find all the eggs. It's weird.
Remember this unit as it was before.
Oh, I forgot about him. What's in here? Oh, weapon parts. Day routine. Sweep the tranquility garden for Miss Olivia. There, Olivia. Oil the fish for Mr. Harvey. Repeat. When they hire me on the groundskeeper, I assume there'll be grounds to keep. I'm not allowed inside the manor. Everyone told me the Ambrose family keeps themselves, but they're a bunch of hermits, save for the little one. Guess I ought to find a hobby. Mr. Harvey dropped his key card in the pond. I'll hold on to it in case he ever comes looking, but I won't go near the house. We want to get between Miss Olivia and her research. Okay. What happened to that guy?
This unit can help itself. Please do not be concerned.
Where's the button? There you are. Right. Very interesting for the mystery and intrigue. Sort of political, or not political, but sort of corporation stuff. Down to Gorgon.
We are now in orbit of Earth orbit.
There's the manor on the right, and then here's the main place. Look how big this area is.
I don't know what kind of mess Spacer's Choice made here, but it figures they'd leave it to someone else to clean up.
Ah, there's the manor. That's cool. See it like that from where we were. Right.
Experiencing evacuation anxiety. Spacer's Choice recommends 0G room.
Okay, which way are we going? If there's DLC specific weapons and stuff, that'd be cool. There's a store. Christ, this place is run down.
I got supplies if you need them. No one lasts long on Gorgon unprepared. You looking for supplies, stranger? Let's stock up here. If you run low on bullets out in Gorgon's far reaches, there ain't no one around here liable to help you out. Let me know if you're looking for something particular.
We got for sale.
Found a pickaxe in the mine like none I've ever seen before. Could be awful useful if you're the violent type.
What am I doing? There we go. Normal sort of stuff. There's that pickaxe he said about. Also, this is a Spacer's Choice colony type area, so it's going to be in a state.
Keep him quiet, Cap.
Just Robin Blind. Okay, you're some kind of law enforcement then. That's really cool, like the bubble type. Oh fuck, they want me to do that. Don't I have a scope weapon? No, I don't. But yeah, like the weird effects of like the outer bubble. Alright, this is the Sprat Shack. Oh, it's an internal area. It's, I think, the lively place I was expecting.
All right, inspection time. Look at my eyes for as long as you can without blinking. Starting now.
What? Keep looking to his eyes.
Good. Look up. Now look down.
Look up, look down.
You're doing swell. Now, name and occupation.
Josh, Captain of the Unreliable.
Good enough for me. You're cleared to pass. That was a sanity check. If you had changed like the others, it'd be in your eyes. You'd also be drooling, cursing, and making a mess of the place. Welcome to the Sprat Shack. You can head on downstairs.
Okay. What do you mean when you said people changed?
Every day, salvagers and scrappers set out to comb the ruins and make their fortune. The ones who come back, they aren't always the same men or women who left. They change. Never for the better.
What happens when people change?
First, they get real twitchy and paranoid, shouting at folks who aren't there. Then they smell like they soiled themselves, on account of how they soiled themselves. After that, they're gone. Nothing but animals wearing human skin. Seen it happen myself. It's never pretty.
Where exactly am I?
This is the Sprat Shack, the most remote watering hole in the system. Rule number 1, no fighting. Rule number 2, wipe your feet on the way downstairs. We're the only hospitable place on this rock. I want to keep it that way. That's why we have rule number 3. When people change, they stay outside, where they belong.
Nice chatting with you.
Watch yourself out there.
Smell that? Cheap whiskey and stale cigarettes. My kind of place.
Oh, ugh. This place smells like Felix's birth.
I was expecting something a bit more lively. Everyone's just kind of chill.
Welcome to the Sprat Shack. First one's on the house, and I won't even water it down. What'll it be?
Spectrum vodka. I want to see colours, lots of them. Whiskey. I'm feeling refined.
Bottoms up. I assume you're here for salvage.
Sure. Got any leads?
Even if I did, I ain't supposed to play favorites. Most of my regulars are sublight scavengers. They pick over the ruins of Gorgon, spend their earnings at the bar, and head back out the next day. Vicious cycle, but that's life. You're the first new face I've seen in a while.
What do you know about Gorgon?
Spacer's Choice used to brew pharmaceuticals in these parts. That's why the asteroid smells like an old gym sock. They say Adrenatime came from here, just down the road at the old R&D lab. Very hush-hush back in the day.
Any idea why Spacer's Choice shut Gorgon down?
I doubt anyone knows the full story. One day the evacuation order went out. Grunts and lab coats scrambled to get anywhere but Gorgon. And the weirdest thing of all, Adrenatime still hit the market. Me, I never touched the stuff. To each their own, but I think it's dangerous.
Scavengers must be making a fortune off Gorgon.
Damn right we are. We've got drugs, scrap metal, prototype weapons, drugs, money, and more drugs. When Spacer's Choice evacuated, everyone dropped their gear and ran. Most of it stayed where it fell, and all of it is up for grabs. Of course, the real treasure is whatever's locked up in the old facility. Until someone figures a way to crack it open, we're just sifting through dirt.
Know anyone by the name of Lucky Montoya?
Lucky? Sure, I knew him. He could get a little dramatic at times, but he was a good guy. Heard he took on a dangerous job. Spent a lot of time coming and going from the Office of Creative Incubation, just down the road.
Office of Creative Incubation?
That's where the top rungers at Spacer's Choice came up with slogans and marketing. Lucky never told me why it was so important. Awful shame about what happened to him.
What happened?
You really want to hear my story? Law, most everyone around here is sick to death of it by now. Last I saw of Lucky was a few days ago. I went outside for a smoke and a stroll, and I saw this wild canid dragging a bloody limb. So I kicked the canid, scared it off.
Go on.
Get this, the canid was chewing on an honest-to-law human arm. Lucky's arm.
How do you know it belonged to Lucky?
I'm a bartender. Attention to detail is my middle name. Anyway, the arm was clutching a phonograph that mentioned someone named Alex Hawthorne. I did some poking around, and this Hawthorne has a reputation among the salvagers who frequent the bar. So I packaged up the arm nice and tidy and sent it care of the Halcyon parcel service.
Ah, okay.
They even gave me a discount on the hazardous waste removal stamp.
The arm was made... Yeah. The arm made it to me. I'm Hawthorne's next of kin, sort of.
No kidding. And now you're here? Colony feels smaller than you'd think some days. I'm glad I was here to see this confluence of events, you know? The stars really aligned on this one. And here I am, smack dab in the middle.
Why bother sending the arm at all?
I figured Hawthorne would want to know what happened to his pal. Help Lucky get his affairs in order, you know. Oh, I hate to see people go with unfinished business.
How's Lucky staying?
3rd floor. Once I figured he wasn't coming back to pay his tab, I left his room unlocked to air it out. You can help yourself to anything you left behind. Fair warning, I've been letting the regulars use it for a quick lie down. Just wash your hands when you're done. Trust me.
Okay. You run this place?
Yes and no. The Sprat Shack used to be a shipping and receiving warehouse during the old Project Gorgon days. When Spacer's Choice pulled their guys off-world, Sublight moved in to salvage what we could, and they put me in charge.
So Sublight owns the Sprat Shack now?
Yes and no. Rumor has it there's a Sprat wandering around the Groundbreaker, and he's the legal owner of the Sprat Shack. Hagen's idea.
Okay. Dare I ask why Sprat owns this bar?
See, Hagen didn't want a paper trail that led back to her, so she gave the bar to the Sprat. If there were any legal problems with this place, the Sprat would do the time.
You know, they do something similar in Byzantium. Fancier system, but same idea.
You think a Sprat could own Edgewater? Oh. Imagine one wearing Mr. Thompson's little hat.
Anyway, that's what the paperwork says. I don't make the rules.
How would I even know which is the Sprat? Which Sprat's the right one?
Easy. His name's Matt. The beautiful thing is, no one could tell Matt Sprat apart from an ordinary vermin. I think that's kind of the point, to send the authorities on a wild Sprat chase.
I guess I'll try not to step on him if I happen by a Groundbreaker.
I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. The Sprat Shack's gone through a lot of title holders over the years. As far as business arrangements go, this one's a head-scratcher, but they say it's all above board, so that's what matters.
Is Spacer's Choice mine you're squatting in their warehouse?
Yes and no. We're doing a lot more than squatting. We're classing up the joint, keeping the riffraff outside where it belongs. They didn't even serve drinks until I arrived. Talk about wasted potential.
Can you answer any question without starting with yes or no?
Yes. And no. And that one was Hagen's idea. She told me that speaking in vague terms keeps you out of trouble. And I don't want any trouble in my place.
Okay. We'll have a look around.
Be seeing you.
Right. Let's go to Lucky's room. See what we can find.
I wouldn't get too close to that railing, just in case.
You think the folks here like strangers? Because some of them are looking at us like maybe not.
What have you got there?
Adrenatime, I think. Found some in an old busted crate.
You're just gonna take some drug you found in the garbage?
It's not some drug.
Right, what have we got in here? Objective there. We've got hunting rifle hyper. Okay. I can't get in there. Okay, now. Requires code to unlock. Okay. That's probably on the table. Dead terminal. Alright, day one. The spacious choice made left in a hurry, but they didn't forget to lock the doors on the way out. Most of the facilities are sealed up tighter than the top rung is safe. Time to do some digging. Caught a break today. Met a scavenger who claims to be a salesman for Spacious Choice. Sold me a key to the Office of Creative Incubation. Let's just say this guy's about as lucid as a sprat in Rizzo's factory. But I'm spending Minnie's bits so I can afford to take a chance. It worked. Clarence mostly. Oh, that's the name. Sorry, Clarence mostly, whoever you are, I'm drinking to you tonight. Olivia Ambrose's office and journal ought to be in the synthesis, fucking hell, and manufactory centre. The bad news is it's sealed and at the arse end of the canyon. The good news is I should be able to open it from the bigwigs admin terminal in OCI. 13. OCI is crawling with marauders and I've got a few other leads to chase down. Could be nothing, but my gut tells me there's more to this place than the missing journal. Time to turn over a few rocks and see what crawls out. I'm leaving the OCI key in the safe. The combo is 4815. Okay. Preserved art. Okay.
As a medical professional, I gotta say, that is very well preserved. Disgusting.
Think they stick the preservative in before or after the eye comes out?
Lovely. I'll keep fucking get my guns out. I've got to take this. I've got to go in there.
So, how you feeling?
Good.
Hi.
Real good, like some...
Markers up there.
Jerome would have loved this place.
Oh yeah.
You don't look like one of the salvagers, no? Don't really seem like the type. You've got the look of someone who's traveled far to get here, and whose journey is far from over.
What makes you say that?
Confidence. The scavengers around here, they're faking it. You're the real deal. I don't know if you're bound for the old ruins, but in case you are, can you look into something? I'd do it myself, but of course, the marauders would eat me alive.
Depends on what you need.
Looking for something out there. Been paying Sublight to help me, but they haven't made much progress.
This something must be valuable.
It is to me, but apparently it's junk to Sublight. My husband and I worked on Gorgon during the good times. Jerome was on maintenance duty. I cleaned out test tubes till they sparkled.
Where's Jerome now?
Nowhere good, that's for sure. In his final hours, Gorgon was a war zone. Violence broke out in the labs. The hills were full of marauders. You couldn't take a leisurely stroll without an armed escort. When the order came through to evacuate, non-essential personnel drew a lottery to see who would board the first wave of ships. Jerome won. I lost. As soon as I wasn't looking, Jerome switched our tickets and pushed me to the front of the line. I got to leave. Jerome stayed behind. I never saw him again.
That's what brings you back to Gorgon.
A broken heart, that's what. This place is greedy. Took my Jerome, and it would have taken me too. I just want one thing back. his old hip flask. I gave it to him the day we signed our marriage contract, and he carried it wherever he went. I know it's still here.
I could keep an eye out for that flask.
You'd really do that for me? Law, and I'll bet you're worth 10 of those sublight sprats. I don't have much, but if you help me, there's a little set aside for the occasion. Jerome used to drink with his buddies in a small kitchen opposite the maintenance shed. Might be a good place to check first.
Okay, we're seeing Leonora. That's the name, Leonora.
I heard a rumor the board is gonna shut this place down.
That'll never happen. Satellite bar.
So what?
Alright, how do I get... Oh yeah, I went down to get in here, didn't I? I was trying to get why the waypoint was above me, but it must be outside and up here, yeah. Right, go to this and then I'll go do that side quest for her.